Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kenneth Ugbebo, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to my first broadcast, my very first of the first 100 broadcast. And like I say on Success is a Journey, the first is usually the hardest. And if I look around me, if I take a feel, if I check my pulse, I check my body, I check my mind, all of it are screaming no, not today, maybe next time. But the truth is, I have put this off for next time, and then next time, and another next time, and I've not had to start. So, listening to this is day one is saying, I am actually starting. Everything is not perfect. I have to patch up these gadgets, whatever it is. But this is day one. And like my friend said to me, you can keep waiting for one day and then you will start. Maybe when all your dogs are lined up in a row, when every single thing is perfect, and then you will start. Or you can make today your day one, and then you can start. Now, if you never start, if you never do one, you can't do 100. Now, when I talk about success is a journey, beyond starting is the hardest. I say the first step is the hardest, and without the first step, you can't take the second, the third, and the fourth. And why am I saying the first of 100? When you start, you are so out of it. All your body is screaming no, your mind is screaming no, your neural pathways are in all kinds of ways. There are butterflies in your stomach, and you are so unsure of yourself. There's imposter syndrome because you are playing in a new terrain. But if you dare go the second, third, fourth, and you go 100 times, just like dancing, after a while, you start to feel the groove. And why do I say do the first 100? When you've done 100 podcasts, 100 videos, or 100 dance steps, or 100 steps in a particular direction, or made 100 business call to try and sell a product, the truth is, you would have known something, you would have learned something that you would never have known if you did not make the first 100. Now, for some people, they think, the first 5 is okay. The first 5 is not enough. There are some things you will not learn except you cross the first 100. Now, most of us are familiar with the 10,000 hour rules in the book by Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours. Yes, what he was saying is that it takes that much to become an expert at anything. Now, the first 100 won't make you an expert. Possibly in the first 100, you wouldn't have put in 10,000 hours, maybe 100 hours, maybe 200 hours, definitely not 10,000 hours. But what the first 100 does for you is it brings you to a point where if you now decide to go on or to stop, you have enough information to make the decision. And that's what is called an informed decision. There are people who make emotional decisions. You are very excited, and like that overrated word motivation, that's what happens to people first of every year, or first of every month for some people, or Monday of every week for certain people. There's that adrenaline because you are motivated, and so you jump in and start. But that is not enough. Take the first step, but are you willing to take the second, the third, and then the 100th step? People say that by February, people start dropping out of the gym. People's membership are running first quarter, or some pay for half the year, planning to actually keep their exercise regime. But when the January blues is over, by February, people start dropping out. By March, more people drop out. And at the end of that first quarter, most people don't renew their gym membership. Some say, hey, I really didn't use my first quarter membership, so why renew my membership? And the interesting thing about January, February, and March, you didn't hit 100. You didn't hit the groove. You didn't hit the sweet spot. And you may not have seen any results. That's one interesting thing about growth. That's one interesting thing that exercise shows us. You can go to the gym one day and pump all the weights you can. Of course, very likely you won't be able to do too much because it's your first day on the gym. You go back home and your body is sore, definitely. But you look in the mirror, you absolutely don't see any change. If you are trying to grow 6-pack, you don't see even half pack. If you are trying to lose weight, you climb the scale, you've not dropped 1 kg. You've not dropped even half a kg. And some people go for 1 week, maybe 1 month, and they stop. But it doesn't work that way. The thing is, there's something called compound interest. Once you continue doing it, it starts to compound. If you can actually go for the first 100 days and consistently run those treadmill, push those weights, and do all the exercises, in 100 days, one beautiful thing that happens first of all is that you actually start to feel the groove. That's the good thing about doing the first and going for the 100. You start to feel the groove. Somehow you start to enjoy it, and then that's when you actually start to see the results. First of all, you now go to the gym, you go back home, and your body is not sore because your muscles have gotten toned. You've gotten used to it. And then you start to see the weight dropping. Then you start to see the 6-pack. Maybe at this time you just have 1 or 2 packs starting to form. You start to see your body getting toned because you didn't just do the first, you kept it up to the first 100. And for some people, they assume that if they go to the gym one day and stay 12 hours, they will see result. It doesn't work that way. I say to people, consistency beats intensity. It's the same thing with reading. It's the same thing with personal growth. Consistency beats intensity. Now, this is what I mean. Somebody who reads 1 hour every day or 30 minutes every day will do a lot better than somebody who reads 12 hours in one day and then for the next 3 months, he doesn't pick up a book. If you actually go 12 hours straight reading, after a while, you get fatigued. You may not be able to take in too much. And even if you try to take in that much, you cannot process all of them. But the person who does 30 minutes or 1 hour every day takes in a bit-sized chunk of information. They can digest it, they can process it, they can meditate, think on it, and I swear they can apply it. But if you go a 12-hour stretch, binge reading, you would not take in much of the information. You would have expended a lot of energy. That is what we call intensity. But you would not achieve as much as somebody who goes consistently. 30 minutes a day, maybe the first thing when they wake up or the last thing before they go to bed. They read and their mind is filled with that thought as they go to bed or as they go through their day. They get time to think through the thoughts and then they get opportunity to apply, which reinforces that learning. Or they get an opportunity to share with somebody, which reinforces the learning even more. Do that consistently. In 1 year, you'll be way further than somebody who tries to do 24 hours reading. Now, students can tell you this. There are people who wait until the night before exam and they try to cram everything like a photocopying machine. It doesn't work. For some people, you can actually use it and pass certain exams, but when it comes to life, it doesn't work. It's like a farmer. You don't wait until harvest and you try to do 24 hours so that your harvest will show up. No. Consistency. When it's time to prepare your feed, you prepare. When it's time to plant, you plant. When it's time to weed, you weed. That kind of mindset of consistency will keep you going again and again and again, a little chunk every day. And in 100 days, in 100 hours, or in 1 year, or for you in 6 months, you start to see results showing up. So today is day 1. I look forward already to the first 100 because this is not like a sprint. No, it's a marathon. So that it's not 1 and then nothing else. No, it is 1, 2, 3, and then 100, because by that time, it will be a groove. By that time, gotten used to it. By that time, your gadgets are better set. By that time, it's actually become a habit, which is actually what makes people, not so much what you do once in a while, but what you do every day. Every day. That's why you see some certain people, you know them to do certain things. You find them today, they are doing the same thing. Tomorrow, they are doing the same thing. The day after, they are doing the same thing. That consistency means that they get better at what they do. They get more known at what they do. And when you hit 100, I must say, if you choose to pack it up and do something else, you are well within your right. But you will be making an informed decision, because in 100 tries, you know this is for me. You know what works. You know what does not work. But 2 tries, 1 try, absolutely not enough. So I encourage you, do the first, even when you don't feel ready, when your mind is screaming no, when you think, oh, all my gadgets are not ready, when you think nobody's going to listen, when you have imposter syndrome staring you right in the face, something I'm going to talk about in the future episode. Do the first. If you do the first, you can do the rest. And the rest, I am telling you, is maintain consistency until you do the first 100. So my name is Kenneth Ogbebo, and this is the first of my first 100. When we are done with the 100, now we can decide what we do next. And I trust I'll still be talking. I trust I'll still be doing this broadcast. I trust I'll still be doing the video. So I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you being consistent in what you are doing. Intensity is good, but consistency is what makes the difference in the long run. I'll be glad to hear from you. Questions, comments, contributions. So till I see you again, till we do the first 100, and then the next 100, and the next 100, and then the next 1,000. I look forward to hearing from you. My name is Kenneth Ogbebo, and it's been my pleasure sharing these thoughts and these few minutes with you. Thank you very much.
is Ebuka, and I'm happy to be here today